Okay. All right. So, quick explanation here. This is not a planned thing. This kind of fits under OP Ramblings, but I'm probably going to put it in a couple different playlists. I don't know if you subscribe and kind of just look at one playlist, whatever. Okay. So I just got done with a workout, taking a shower. And and my door, my virtual door, has been knocked on enough times on this particular topic today. This doesn't even cover, like, I'm not even counting all the times that I've had to deal with it, since like Friday or whatever. Yeah. So this topic has come up, and I have specifically been asked more than once to address it. Why me? Whatever. I don't know. So you're getting tired post-workout OP, and you're just gonna have to put up with that. I'll try to keep this short. So Jedi versus internet culture, aka trolling, right? Like, internet culture is not its greatest. So let's see here. I'm going to bring up, because I was given specifics, right? I was given specific way to address this. Like, I mean, there's more than one way to address it, but okay. So first of all, what is it? Question number one. Okay. Question number one. What is it? Trolling is basically, let's break this down. When someone is using offensive and demeaning words, terminology, behavior to incite a reaction from a community, from an individual, whatever. You see it all the time. Like a little thing is like when I see, like, okay, so I have a video where I did an interview with Fox News about Jediism, and there's a lot of replies there. And hello, yeah, you can use the Q&A here. So I'm going to select that just so we know. Hello, saying hello, acknowledging that the Q&A is working. And if you do have questions and things, you can, use the Q&A as always, anyways, point being, so when you see things like, oh, this is stupid, this is lame, oh, these people don't know what they're talking about, this person's obviously lost touch with reality, like things like that. Like, there's a lot of like just comments that are meant to be offensive and are meant to and obviously, like, there's a lot of comments that aren't even based. Like, if they watch the video, then some of the things they say wouldn't even, apply. And that it's not about, watching videos or things like that. It's about making a snap judgment, saying something offensive, and then getting a reaction, and then feeding off of that reaction. That is the thing. So using the Q&A thing to talk. So appreciate you using the Q&A. But let's keep it on topic. Thank you. See? Bam. So here's the thing. That's what it is. You'll see it in the Jedi community when people use language they don't need to. And why is it they don't need to? Because the majority of all interaction in the Jedi community is written. Okay? It's online. You have to go to a keyboard. It's conscious. It's purposeful. Okay, everything said, there's no reason and there's no excuse for any kind of knee-jerk reaction. So everything done within a Jedi by a Jedi should be looked at as part of it. As purposeful action. So if someone's saying something offensive, if they're saying something to incite reaction, that's trolling. Now. The question next is, how do we recognize it? Well, it is what it is, right? It's easy to recognize. It's easy to see people, and I know right now there's Jedi names coming to mind to people, and there's people that they've seen, and unfortunately, it might even pop out to people who you feel are respected members of the community, because there are plenty of people that I know that would fall under that say offensive things on purpose, and they say, you know, ignorant things on purpose, not to teach a lesson, not to, I mean, like plenty of Jedi try to hide behind that, but that's not what they've I know. Okay, so here's the question. So, all right, I'll select this one. Which is better, Jedi or internet culture? Jedi, in my opinion. Why? Because I'm a Jedi, so that's why I would pick that. Internet culture tends to, right now, it's a hate culture. If something's popular, you hate on it, right? It's dumb, it's stupid, it's blah, blah, blah. You tear it down. Like, you can't have things. Or it's all the way to the other side of the spectrum where everything's sunshine and rainbows and everything's great. And it doesn't matter what kind of issues or medical concerns you might be dealing with. All you have to do is think it away, and a positive attitude will turn your life and make your dreams come true. That's too much to the extreme, right? Those are two very extreme things. So I'm not a fan technically of internet culture. I don't like burying your head. I don't like trolling. I don't like hating just to hate. And I don't like believing without substance that everything's going to just be okay magically. So Jedi, because it's much more reasonable, it's much more grounded, it's much more objective, it's much more about putting in the time and work. So which one's better? Jedi, because it's much more tangible than internet culture, in my opinion, and in my experience, which is limited. I'm certainly not a YouTube star or anything like that. So yeah, I'm not really a Jedi star either, but still. Point being, I've been doing Jedi for a lot longer. Though really, they've been intertwined for me, I guess. I have been in the online Jedi community for technically 20 years now, depending on how you want to do it. So, all right, so that question's that. So Jedi is better, in my opinion. Okay, so how do you recognize it? It's pretty easy to recognize. It is what it is. When someone comes out and says something ignorant and stupid that you can't believe a Jedi would say, pretty good bet they're trolling. Pretty good bet, because it's purposeful. It takes time to type that out. Someone has to do that. Someone has to take the time to actually formulate the thoughts and bring that out, to share that, to go through the effort to put that out there. It's not a big effort, right? Like, it's pretty easy just to share an offensive video or something like that. But still, they did do it. They went through that effort, as big or small as it may be. So the next part is like, how do we deal with it, and how do we stop it? If you want to deal with it, it's pretty simple. Okay, be a Jedi. All right, I don't know. Seriously, it doesn't get any easier than that. Here's the thing. I actually said this recently. If every person in the Jedi community lived up to the title that they claimed, and I'm not talking Jedi Master, okay? I'm just saying just be a Jedi, right? Like, if every person in the community lived up to just being a Jedi, you wouldn't have any of these problems. Like 100% of all community problems, and that's community, like Jedi community issues, 100% of them would be resolved. Boom, done. If everybody would just do that. Personally, I'm not a fan. And how do you stop it? Hopefully do you resolve it and stop it from happening? You don't put up with it. Jedi, I don't get where people think Jedi are doormats, that they're these all tolerant individuals of bigotry and offensive behavior. Like no, that's when, especially at Jedi sites that are about academic training. Like when Jedi are when they have a website and they have a thing and that's about training, that's your academic home. So why would you allow a couple people free reign to make it look like your academic community is all about obsessive and obscene behavior, and that's okay? So that's endorsed. When you allow that to happen, you're saying this is okay. This is allowed to happen. I am not a fan of censorship. I'm not. But if you have people going out and just trolling, there's no place for trolling in a Jedi community. It's just, there's not. So and there's Jedi out there who wear it like a badge, you know, that they wear it like, oh yeah, I'm a troll. Like, that doesn't make you a Jedi. It doesn't make you great. It doesn't make you good. It doesn't make you a Jedi Knight. Dude, that's like the opposite of what kind of mask you want to be wearing. Like, that's not something to be proud of. Oh, I get people to think. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't shake the boat. You're not being edgy. You're not shaking up the status quo. You're being an ass. That's what you are. And that is not helping. You want to make change. You want to stop stuff. You make Jedi first. Okay. So if you want to stop trolling, you have your community and you set up your code of conduct and you say, this is what we are going to tolerate here. This is what we expect from our members. If you are incapable of following this, you will be censored. It will stop. You will build a community of people acting like Jedi. There are points where people will say, well, how do you deal with, you know, real life? You can't just censor people and you're not preparing people to deal with the a-holes in the world. I'm sorry to tell you, but Jedi community, the Jedi like online, is in a vacuum. Okay. We're not sucked into some virtual Jedi temple where we'll be spending all our lives. Hey, guess what? The world out there, there's enough a-holes out there for us to learn how to deal with them. We have enough trolls in our daily lives. Some of them are our bosses. Some of them are our teachers. You know, some of them are our best friends. You know, you need to have that. You need to understand that people are going to be dealing with jerks and stuff in life enough. They're going to be dealing with bullies enough. They don't need you or any person waving the Jedi flag and calling themselves a Jedi Knights or a Jedi Master being rude or a troll online to help prepare them for dealing with it. What they need you to do is to step up and show that those type of people and that internet culture and that the world around you and that bullying cannot crush a person. That it cannot, that a Jedi overcomes and a Jedi is better and a Jedi can still be a Jedi and a good person and make a positive impact in the world without needing to resort to that kind of behavior and that kind of attitude. Your words matter. Every Jedi is accountable for their words. I don't care if it's online, if it's in a video, I'm held accountable. This is a record. And I mean, I could get rid of it. I suppose I could delete the video, but someone might save it somewhere. I've had people before pull up things that I've written from like 15 years ago, and it's embarrassing, but I'm still held accountable for that words. And sometimes the accountability is, I am so sorry I wrote that. That's just what it comes down to, right? We are each held accountable for what we say and how we say it. That's Jedi Diplomacy 101. When someone corrects that you're using something wrong, then you accept that correction. Then you're like, okay. And then you make the adjustment. You don't go on being like, oh, a Jedi shouldn't be offended. Guess what? I'm not offended. I'm holding you accountable for your chosen and purposeful offensive language and attitude that is completely unnecessary and completely unbefitting of a Jedi. That's what I'm holding you accountable for. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me being offended. I'm not offended. You're insulting my path, so I should be offended that you're waving this flag of Jedi or Jedi Knight while acting like an internet troll. Don't, man. Go back to 4chan. Go hang out with, there's plenty of sites and plenty of things where you can indulge in internet culture. There's plenty of places you can do that. Heck, YouTube comments, man. Spend your time on YouTube voicing your opinions in the comment section. Go ahead, knock yourself out. But as a Jedi, if you're here for this path, then you're here for one reason. And that's world betterment through self-betterment wrapped up in the Jedi inspiration. Okay? And trolling and internet culture has nothing to do with that. So if you're running a Jedi site, you need to set up your academic atmosphere. Okay? Simple as that. You need to expect all people to act like a Jedi. Now, if they're a Jedi student and they're not acting in that manner, use it as a teachable moment. Pull them to the side, privately address it. Don't publicly address it. if you're going to publicly address it, just be like, hey, we're going to talk privately. You need to stop replying to this thread. Thank you. Like, that's it. This is why Facebook is a terrible teaching and tool and medium. Yeah, it's great for staying up to date and Messenger and all that. That's fine. It's a great social tool, but it's a horrible academic tool because sometimes you need to moderate things individually, and it's really hard to do that on Facebook. Now, so you pull them aside and you use it as a teachable moment. Pretty simple. You know, you let them know, okay, so this is where things kind of got off track, and this is where you started attacking people personally, and we need to, as a Jedi, understand where you're coming from and blah, blah. You work through the situation, right? You work through conflict resolution. And there's nowhere in conflict resolution that you get to be offensive as a teaching tool. You don't get to call people names, and you don't get to belittle them, and you don't get to say rude things and not be held accountable for it. That's just not how it works. So it is what it is. And then you just continue. And if it's a night, you give them two warnings, man. 2 warnings. You say it again. If you persist in this behavior, your title's gone. You start back at the beginning. You earn back that title. If they still can't, then you deal with it like you would deal any other troll that's just in there spamming and trolling and causing problems to cause problems. You get rid of them. I don't like doing that. But if that's what you want your community to be, if you want to set an example, if you want an atmosphere to be an academic atmosphere that's focused on growth as a Jedi, that focuses on Jedi philosophy and Jedi belief, then you need to be willing to enforce that. You need to be willing to hold your leaders accountable to that. And you can't let people slip because, they're going through this or they're going through that. You need to tell them, hey, I know you're going through a hard time, so maybe you should step away for a bit because, step down from your leadership position until you can sort out and get back to your equanimity and get back to your, Jedi focus. That takes time. There's no shame in that. There's nothing bad about it. Sometimes you just need that time away from responsibilities. So there's different ways to handle it. You got to play it by ear. Obviously, each individual situation will require just be a Jedi. Just be a Jedi. It's really that simple. Adhere to the path. If you don't know what the path is, Jedi circle. There's your basic foundation. Put that in there. Replace the misconceptions with the 5 goals if you want to, right? That makes it, much more friendly. But you put that in there, you follow that, you're good. And yeah, just be a Jedi. And then you can hold people to a pretty basic standard, a pretty basic, summary or definition or foundation or whatever you want to call it. That way everybody's on the same page, and it's pretty easy to point out. Are you being objective? Are you being reliable? Are you being patient? Are you learning? Are you offering guidance? Are you practicing self-honesty? The 5 practices. You can throw in diplomacy, right? Like all these things you can do. So it's really easy. It's really easy. And if internet trolls are bothering you, then they're bothering you. I mean, like, who cares about like outside trolls, right? Like, that's gonna happen. That's the internet. These things happen. Those are easy to deal with. You laugh at it, you have fun with it, and then you get them out of there to make sure that your atmosphere stays the way you like it and the way that you want it. It's academic. That's fine. Like, I'm not going to delete trolling comments in the YouTube sections because that's YouTube, right? Like, whatever. But, at my site, someone comes to my site and they're spamming it up or just being offensive and whatever, dude. I'm going to get rid of that stuff. I'm going to be like, boom, you're gone. Out. Peace. Later. That's not what this place is for. I'm not here for your silliness. We're not here to entertain you. We're here to actually live a lifestyle and live a path and learn this philosophy. And if you're not a part of that, if you just wanna be derisive just to shake things up, man, go somewhere else. There's plenty of places. So don't allow them your place to do that. Start limiting the places where they can do that. And once they learn that, hey, Jedi don't put up with this. We're not doormats. We're not going to be putting up with silly behavior. I don't care if you're a Jedi master. You don't get to go around acting like an idiot. Then guess what? the community will change. But until the people who are currently in charge, the moderators and the administrators and stuff, start holding each other accountable, I mean, there's not much you can do about it. You're gonna have to just kind of accept it. And acceptance is peace, right? That's part of the Jedi philosophy too. But me, I accept it, and thus I don't put up with it. And that's why it does not happen at Jedi Living, because it's an academic place, and that's what it's there for. It's for people to learn how to live as a Jedi. Anything outside of that is really on thin ice. We have a very clear code of conduct. If people don't follow that, they do hear from me. So it is what it is. Purposeful, offensive behavior. Troll. That's what it is. That's how you recognize it. Especially if it's repeated over and over and over again. Pretty easy to spot. How do you deal with it? You say, hey, knock it off, or you will be gone. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you're gone. Great. Good discussion. Good talk. Glad, man. Don't put up with that stuff, man. Don't. The willingness to make excuses for people is why the Jedi community is not at the level it is. So yeah. Yep. So yeah, I don't know. That's it. I'm tired. Plenty of people have asked me about this. Plenty of people have come to me about this. So there it is. Maybe something more comes of this. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to write a written lesson. I don't know. Me boring. Whatever. I'm done. Yeah, man. Don't put up with that stuff. It's silly. It's nonsense. Be a Jedi. I'm going to go meditate. I need to get my meditation on. Later, guys.